Love bombing is a narcissist's secret weapon, and in this video, we discuss everything there is to know about this subtle yet dangerous manipulation tactic. In simplest terms, love bombing is a kind of romantic manipulation. It is most often used by toxic and narcissistic individuals who have experienced seeing love bombing firsthand from parents or other relationships in their lives. Love bombing is the manipulation of the victim in a romantic partnership through extravagant displays of affection at the beginning of relationships. The intention of love bombing is to make them helpless and vulnerable to the manipulator. This leaves the victim feeling deeply indebted to their supposed romantic partner and thus vulnerable to whatever their partner might want of them. While an individual sign doesn't necessarily mean your romantic partner is a love bomber, a majority of the signs together should bring up your red flags. 1. I love you comes easily to them. All relationships have their own paces, so an early I love you isn't necessarily a bad sign. But a mature partner understands that love is something you should think about before saying. If someone swoops into your life and you find yourself taken with them, you'll be right to question the legitimacy of the relationship and your partner's motives. That doesn't mean you shouldn't trust a relationship, but that you should be wary of any relationship that seems to come out of nowhere and answers all of your prayers. It's probably too good to be true, and it could be that this person is really trying to swoon you so they can manipulate you later. You'll find that as time passes, their demeanor changes and they seem to be needing things from you instead of making you feel like the special person you are. This is the beginning of the end of these narcissistic relationships. Keep your wits about you and recognize when things are moving too fast. Remember that genuine love grows slowly and that moving fast isn't what it's cracked up to be. It's only by moving slowly that a fulfilling and intimate relationship can develop. 2. They always say the right stuff. Love bombers have tons of experience with manipulation, so they know how to push the right buttons at the exact right times. You feel like they always know exactly what to say in the right moments to make you fall deeper in love with them, to the point that it feels a bit uncanny. 3. It's so good, it doesn't feel real. No relationship is perfect, but for some reason, your relationship with your love bomber is flawless in every way. They make you feel amazing, special, and loved at all times, especially at the beginning of the relationship. It doesn't feel right, and you have the suspicion that something else might be going on. 4. They are incredibly fast. On top of saying I love you incredibly early on in the relationship, they also want to approach the other relationship milestones at blistering pace. Things like meeting the parents, traveling to other countries, moving in together. Relationship milestones that typically would take months if not years of build-up. Love bombers want to accomplish in days or weeks. 5. They live off grand gestures. It feels like you can never have just a normal date with your love bomber. Almost every time you see them, there is something new to be surprised with. Once-in-a-lifetime experiences like hot air balloon rides, plane tickets to Paris, or writing songs or poetry about you. These are normal events in your relationship with them. 6. The compliments are endless. You're beautiful, intelligent, amazing, hilarious, sexy, incredible, unbelievable, absolutely gorgeous, and so much more. While a compliment every now and then is never a bad thing, a love bomber drowns their victim in compliments to the point that no compliment from anyone else means anything anymore. To sum it up, love bombing is all about abundance. It's about making a person feel overwhelmed by your affection, giving them just enough time to go from one sign of affection to the next without ever truly processing it. You might see love bombing as a partner who is simply excessively affectionate, and some people do like being pampered and treated like queens. But the truth is, the good part of love bombing only happens in the beginning, when the love bomber is trying to win their victim over. Once they get what they want, the love suddenly disappears. 7. When you're in a bad position, they'll act like they're your savior. A narcissist's eyes will light up when you're in a bad situation. They'll make it seem like they're the hero, and without them, you'd be screwed. They'll frequently remind you of this in subtle ways. Here's what you need to look out for. The main difference between someone who is genuinely helping you from the goodness of their heart and a narcissist is that a genuine person won't make a big deal of it. They're focused on helping you and won't need to gain anything from it. A narcissist is quite the opposite. They will help you while expecting admiration from you. They will tell you that what they're doing is kind and helpful. 8. They want you to think that they're the best person you've ever dated. Love bombing is all about getting you hooked on them. They want you to admire them so they can eventually manipulate you to get what they want. They want you to think that you can't do better. So how will a narcissist do this? They'll ask questions about your previous lovers. They'll likely insult them and try to make them look like losers. After all, they're trying to compare themselves and show they're better. They want you to realize how lucky you are to be dating them. 9. They keep asking about the crap things in your life. If they keep bringing up your past shit times, then watch out. A genuine person will be happy to talk about it, but they won't always bring it up. There is a time and a place for those discussions. Watch out for it and be skeptical about someone who is regularly bringing up the tough times in your life. Let them know that it's weird and you'll get the hell away if they don't stop. 10. They're not direct, and they backpedal from what they initially said. The narcissists who love bombs are concerned about how they appear, and they'll want to impress you. But here's the real kicker. It means that they'll say one thing, and then when they see that your reaction is less than flattering, they'll change up what they said. They suddenly realize that it makes them look bad. At first, you won't think much of it, but if it happens continuously, then you won't be able to trust what they say. They're more concerned with how they appear to you rather than being themselves. A narcissist doesn't care about being genuine or authentic. They want to appear like the perfect partner so they can eventually manipulate you. So here's what you need to keep in mind. The original statement they made shows who they are. 11. They are always giving you gifts. Now don't get me wrong, gifts aren't exactly a bad thing. But when they do it repeatedly, they are trying to buy your love. It's not real. The real reason they do this is that they want you to feel that you owe them, which is the perfect scenario for a narcissist. It's an easy way to buy your love, so you fall into the trap of trusting them. It's wonderful for someone to shower you with gifts and kind gestures, but when there is an expectation attached to those gifts, the sentiment is lost, and the creepiness sets in. It might not be a problem at first, because that's how these narcissists operate. They want you to feel showered with love so they can make you feel guilty about not returning the favor. Anyone who lavishes you with gifts and attention just because is to be suspected of ulterior motives. 12. The affection you're getting will be superficial. Love bombing is superficial in nature, so it makes sense that the affection they give you will be superficial. After all, love bombing is just a way to get you invested in them. Watch out when they mention aspects of your behavior or personality that aren't true. 13. Something just isn't right. Getting a weird vibe from them? Like something isn't quite right about them? Did they not take a hint when you rejected their advances? Are they complimenting you for things that aren't true? As we mentioned above, love bombing is superficial. And when something is not real, it just doesn't feel right. The truth is, when you feel that something isn't right, it usually isn't. So trust your instincts and get away. You might think you want someone to be at your beck and call, or you might even dream of someone who looks to you for everything. But when you see that kind of relationship in reality, it looks very different from how you thought it would. What might have started out as romanticism could quickly turn to discomfort and possible stalking. A romantic gesture, such as sending flowers to your office on a Wednesday, is wonderful. But calling 3 times to find out if you got them and what you think of them, and to see what your coworkers thought of the gestures, is weird. Setting boundaries can help with this, but only if you see it as a problem and not just an overzealous partner. 14. You're experiencing a never-ending cycle of emotions. Does nothing feel steady in the relationship? One moment you're feeling great, then the next day you're feeling like a terrible human being. That's what a narcissist does. They're skilled manipulators. They'll compliment you and make you feel like an amazing person. Then they'll put you down, abuse you, and make you feel like the worst person in the world. The most healthy relationships are stable relationships. To protect yourself, you need to love yourself. A narcissist will try to bring you down. They'll superficially love you. Then they'll abuse you and take what they want. But if you respect yourself and realize your inherent worth, then they won't be able to take control of you and manipulate you. Keep your wits about you and stay strong. And find out whether you really do love them deep down. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update, and give us a thumbs up to show your support. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.